All right, Facebook Live. Here we are again, your pal Al on the scene. Trying to talk to you guys about crtv.com. We got a new show, In the Woods with Phil. And so, of course, we have the aforementioned Phil here with us today. And we got a big surprise. I knew that Facebook world is saying, where has Mountain Man been? I get it all the time. I go on what about Mountain Man? They ask about you all over the country.
I know it. Even my mom and daddy do. Yeah, I'm still doing a little radio here and there, and a few speaking engagements, and trying to handle the fort.
Mountain Dog. One time I was up in Nashville. I think it was for the big thing they do, the big country music festival, the outdoor festival. So, I mean, there's just people everywhere. And I'm driving along this highway, and I see this big crowd of people over there, and I said, who is that? I figured it had some country and western star, you know. And who is in the middle of it but old Mountain Dog with just about 100 people around him. You know, he's taking pictures and signing stuff, and, you know.
Mountain Man, the first time I saw you, we were on the set down in Duck Dynasty. They were filming it. And I saw you walk by, and you had a squirrel. You had a squirrel walking down the road. I thought, who was that old cat? So how did you end up in one of the Duck Dynasty scenes, walking down the road with a squirrel?
Well, I guess I was blessed to start with, but prior to that, I've been working on Willie's air conditioner some, and
so that's where you met Willie?
I met Willie working on his air conditioner,
and he spotted you and he knew you were talented.
I guess first time he saw me, I was running. Said I just flew by his back window, zoomed into a refrigerant hose. He said I was on the run when he met me, but yeah.
That's the fastest thing you've ever done.
He said it. That's what he said.
So we lined you up for the TV show. You did the scene. You bought the squirrel for $5. How much money did you make on it?
I made 10. Willie said that's his squirrel. He wanted it back. He said, I'm going to give you 10, Mountain Man. That's a deal. So I made $5 on it. That was my first big paycheck.
Good trade.
Good trade.
So you ended up, how did you become a Christian over all that? Who was the first one? Jace talked to you?
Yeah, Jace and I, we talked quite a bit about it. You see, I started hanging around with Jason, trying to get to know him. We had a lot in common. We liked to hunt and fish and all. And I'd go to the duck call room. Him and Godwin and old Martin and the gang, they'd be making duck calls. Well, Jace, he seemed like he didn't have no problem talking about the Lord with me. And, you know, I thought I was doing all right. I considered myself a good old boy, you know. I'm a good old boy, but I think that, you know, Jace was a good messenger, and, you know, he explained to me a few things, you know. I wasn't doing too right back in the days. Believe it or not, I was a little bit of a hoodlum here and there.
Now you've just gone from I was a pretty good old boy to a hoodlum in about 3 sentences. It took you a while to get them out. So how could you be pretty good old boy and a hoodlum at the same time?
It ain't easy. It's all up here.
That's what everybody's tried on that.
It ain't easy. Well, it wasn't right.
So Jace was aiming at the hoodlum part.
That's right, he was. And
didn't I see you out there one time and y'all had talked and was out there by the truck or something?
That's right. That was the night we were filming over at the warehouse. I think we was doing the scene where I was
conveyor belt.
Conveyor belt, that's right.
I was just kind of feeling you out, checking you out, and told you you've been
yeah, I understand, but things like that, you know, it's like the 911. Everybody remembers where they were at 911 when you decide you're going to devote your life to God. Then that's pretty much remember where you was and about what time and what you was doing then.
Yep.
And you know, I was glad he was a messenger, though, to take time with me and, you know, help me root out some things in my life that wasn't right. And we just become friends after that. He he put me down into that water. He said he started to hold me down there a little longer. And
Bury you
me.
deep.
That's right.
A lot of hoodlum to flush out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then you saw a bright
I
light.
saw the light. Oh, it was a feeling come over you. It's hard to explain unless you've done it. But I actually thought I saw a light. I know I saw a light. When I went under and I come up, seemed like I saw another light. And I said, I seen a light. But it was Willie taking a picture of him with a flash on. Yeah, I guess Willie gonna hold that picture and say, if I mess up again, Willie gonna say, hey, Mountain Man, you remember this? I don't know, but I thought I saw the light. Yeah,
You saw a light.
Willie.
So
Well,
we're
you did see one.
We're coming to you today from our church because obviously, Mountain Man's life has been impacted by our family, and this is his church as well. In fact, I was in this room in our sanctuary whenever they said Mountain Man got baptized, and they wanted me to announce it. And so I realized in that moment I didn't know Mountain Man's real name.
I remember that.
Remember that? You were sitting in the back.
I don't forget them.
And I was like, hey, Mountain Man, what's your name? He said, Tim Girardi. From the
Girardi.
Girardi.
Like karate.
Until
Girardi.
today.
You didn't know his name?
I didn't know what his name was.
See, look,
But I
we
can't
learned
say I
something.
can't say anything about the way he looks because I look in the mirror and I'm like, well, that rules that out.
Hey, my ancestors brought up in Balcomville. I live right on the outskirts.
Yeah.
Quick stops and body shops.
You keep pushing out, you get out to where we are. So look, here's the deal. This is kind of what our show is like, In the Woods with Phil. And we started a new promotion. So if you go to crtv.com/Phil, the new code is Phil. That's the access code. So if you do crtv.com/Phil, it's $10 off the subscription. And I've explained to you guys before why we had to go to a subscription model, because Dad doesn't do well with advertisers. This may shock you, Mountain Man, but that can be controversial.
I never would have thought that.
I know, it happens. And so a lot of people try to silence and censor him, and this doesn't do too well when you have advertisers and sponsors involved. But this model, where you, the folks, can hear directly from Dad, and he's doing it straight. I mean, we're producing the show ourselves. So you're getting a straight message from Phil, and we've been filming this week. We've had some very funny episodes. We've had some great preaching episodes and things where it's just straight from the Bible. We have a wide range of topics that we talk about, a lot of good stuff that's going to be coming out. They roll those episodes out on crtv.com, and so what you do is you go there, you put in that access code of Phil, you get $10 off. It's a yearly subscription of about $89. Which we figured out, Mountain Man, if you figure that out by the month, that's about a can of snuff a month is what it takes to watch Dad. And not bad, is it?
Not bad.
Or a pack of cigarettes. So, this is a pretty good deal. And so we'd love to have you sign up, be a part of this kind of a growing army out there in the woods with Phil. It's a fun challenge. We've enjoyed doing it, haven't we, Dad?
Yep.
I mean, literally, it's in the woods. Sometimes we're in Dad's chair. Sometimes we're here in the church building, just wherever it is that we are, and kind of telling the story. And so we got some guests like Mountain Man, Jimmy Red, the butler, the ninja butler. We got a whole entourage of
We're
people.
3 days out on duck season. 3
Right.
days.
I know. That's what I've heard.
We're fixing to whack 'em and stack 'em.
Heard that. I know you do. I've been in the blind with you and Si and Jace. I shot 50% that day.
Did you?
I shot twice and got one.
Hey, not bad.
Not bad.
Pretty good. You remember that. That's good. I don't know if you knew this, Dad, but Mountain Man, so I read his book. Mountain Man has a book, by the way, and it's a really good read. It's called Keeping a Slow Profile.
That's right.
And of all places, I'm in New York doing a book signing, and I look behind me because they had a lot of the family books back there, and I see Mountain Man's book, and I didn't even know he'd written a book. I said, Keeping a Slow Profile. And I said, well, man, I mean, if I read it like Mountain Man speaks it, it'll take me 2 hours to read the book, when it should have taken 20 minutes. But in the book, there was something that I thought was hilarious. Mountain Man used to be the refrigeration guy for Popeye's Chicken in this area, and I did not know that. Like 4 of them, right, Mountain Man? And so tell our audience and Dad how you lost that job.
Oh, it was sad. I tell you, been hunting way off in Union Parish, and I killed a big old doe, and I was dragging that rascal out, and I got a briar in my eye. I couldn't hardly see. I got home late, and I said, well, I don't want this deer to spoil, so I just slid it on into the freezer there. I didn't think nobody mind. That was my
The chicken place?
fourth time I'd done it. They just go, no, this time. I come back the next morning, my deer was in the dumpster. I got it back out and cleaned it. Man, I was a little upset over that. But they had the old boy from Baton Rouge, the district supervisor there, and I never will forget. I come in the back kitchen door, and he was up in the front next to the plate glass window, and he was tapping his pen. And I looked, and he had a little old pink sheet there. I said,
Yeah.
this is it. Hey, he was, this is it.
Never hang your deer in the cooler at
That's
Popeyes?
right.
At
Don't
Popeyes
even think
chicken.
about it. Cooler or freezer. I was using the freezer this time. I had to chill it quick. It was getting hot.
That was one of many humorous stories, but we love Mountain Man. We love his stories. He does a radio show that's on Tuesdays, still on Tuesdays, right? Tuesday
That's right,
afternoon.
Tuesday.
So look for that. You can find Mountain Man on his website or Facebook, all those places you look for him. And the reason we're here talking to you today is we want you to go on over to crtv.com. Got a new promo access code, Phil, which that's easy to remember. So if you hit that /Phil, you get signed up. It's a great Christmas present, $89. You get $10 off, but that's a great gift to give someone that really wants to hear what Dad has to say, too. So we want you guys to do that. Get on board. We got a lot of good stuff coming out. We got some good episodes to be excited about. And tell everybody, hit that share on your Facebook so folks can see this. This is our church building where we meet on Sundays, and usually full of people. Dad teaches a class here most Sundays. Sometimes I fill in for him. Mountain Man when he's in town.
That's right.
He'll be
I
here.
sit right back there on the back door. I watch over things.
That's good. It's always good to have somebody watching over.
That's right. I can see everybody, but whoever comes in the door.
He sits back there.
Y'all come on, visit our church, Joe. Yeah.
We'd love to have you. All right, guys. Enjoyed talking to you today. Keep looking for us. We'll probably be back sometime next week. We got a few exciting surprises planned for you. So be cool and crtv.com/Phil in the woods with Phil.